Hey guys, Carn here, and I'm coming at you guys this time with the new type of videos that I'm gonna start doing from now on, maybe regularly, about analyzing my most obscure rips, most misunderstood rips, and there are a lot of them, so yeah. The first one is gonna be about the my latest rip against Uber Sirius, this league in CSSF on my Slayer. So I'll just show you the rip first so you guys know what's happening. So this is the context. I'll show the context afterwards, but I'm basically just re-entering Sirus right now. And I somehow died to the Meteor.
What?
Now, a lot of people would look at this and be like, oh, but why are you tanking the Meteor? What are you doing? And I will start by just showing you my character and how it's built. So this was my character for on the setup I had on Uber Sirius. So we're gonna look at how much damage the Meteor do to me. Like the way I planned my character was to be able to survive max roll range crit on every single ability, even if it crits. So let's look at the character that I had in this rip. So this is the Sirus Meteor in Uber Sirius, 100% damage roll range. When I have all my flasks up and Molten Shell, I can tank 2 of them. So I will never ever die to a Meteor on this character unless it crits. Now what if it doesn't crit, and what if it's a max roll range and I don't have my flasks? I still survive. 1.04. Now what if I have all my flasks, but the Meteor crits? Well, I mean, as you already know, seeing at the previous number, I will tank it extremely easily. No problem at all. Now what if I don't have my Topaz and I don't have my Granite? I still survive it pretty easily. Now the only problem is like if the Meteor crits and I don't have my Amethyst, in that case I die. That is the only scenario where I will die to a Sirus Meteor, even a crit. Assume I have my endurance charges, but you always have your endurance charge on this fight because you get hit constantly, and every Bone Shadow hit also has a chance to give you an endurance charge, so you always have your endurance charge on this fight. Now the reason I'm playing with Amethyst is because I am intentionally playing with only 23 Chaos Res, and that allows me to tank the storms. As you can see in this clip here, when I'm re-entering, I'm just literally jumping in the middle of a storm and, you know, I'm chilling. As you can see here, I'm just inside the storm, no problem. That is because I have low Chaos Res and Tainted Pact. Tainted Pact makes Chaos Dot heal you, which means the lower your Chaos Res, the more the Chaos portion of the degens, which are storms and degen on the ground, will heal you for. So the degens will deal less damage, the less Chaos Res you have. So this is one of the reasons, since the biggest danger on Sirus are the degens on the ground and well, sometimes the storms. So I play out this amount of Chaos Res because and the only time I need Chaos Res to be capped is for the Meteor, since it has a big Chaos hit portion to it. But outside of that, having less Chaos Res is better on this build, and that is the reason I use the Amethyst for the Meteor, which you have all the time in the world to pop while you're waiting for it to land. Now I'll show what happened beforehand, like the context behind it. So I was fighting Uber Sirius. He was about to get called, well, pretty close to getting called. And he will cast a corridor and add to log. Now normally I just stand in it and tank it. But in this case, the entire corridor was filled with degens. Like, we can see them here, but here it looks like there's nothing, right? But then when I move forward to try to get in position to start damaging Sirus, my life is not recovering, so I'm still on a degen. So I have a choice either to dash out, hit the gamble and dash out, maybe I dash into another degen and die, or I just log, and I just decided to log because I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening here. You will see that when I re-enter here, the reason my flask ran out is because I pre-flask entering the fight. And the reason I did that, I mean, I will show you again. As you can see, I popped VMS, I popped my flasks just to be safe, and the reason is because things like this when you enter Sirus can happen. You enter the fight, yeah. This is what happened to Worm this league. In what he was doing is Uber's in CSSF as well, and he had to log and re-enters the fight, and this happens to him. This is a known bug. It can happen sometimes. I don't think it happened to me before, but even then, like, it can happen. So I was very, very worried about this, and I was also worried about what happened to me while I was warming up for the Uber fights earlier that day. And I re-entered after login, I think after a meteor. And re-entering, boom. Just deleted. Don't know why, don't know how. Never seen this happen to anyone before, never happened to me before. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, I am not re-entering the fight ever again. Which I should have stuck to. This is a plan I should have stuck to. This is why I actually popped everything ahead of time, because I want to make sure I... Like, if anything happened, like, I would survive it. But my flask, if you look at the amethyst flask here, it's gonna expire like right before the meteor hits. So that when I first got sucked into the meteor, which was here, right? I look at my flask, I'm like, okay, my flasks are up, I'm fine. So just keep popping worms, get 45, pop molten shell to override VMS because it's better. But my flask expire and the meteor hits. And not only that, not only it barely hits, my character, after the flask expired, it also crit, as you can see here, because the only way I die to this is if it crits. Like a meteor that does not crit will never kill me, no matter what. As you can see here. This is the damage it would do without the amethyst flask if it doesn't crit. So I would still be able to tank it. So yeah, basically flask running out at the last second, crit, all these things just line up, stars aligning basically, and yeah. That's how this trip happened, and that's why I was shocked, because this should not happen, since I always planned my character to be able to survive absolutely everything in like any situation, but it is what it is. But yeah, that was it for this trip. If you guys like this type of video and you wanna see more, let me know. I'm planning on probably doing this with some of my older rips that are the most, again, misunderstood, and because I've seen a lot of comments about, well, this rip and my previous rips about what people think happened when they in reality they actually have no idea what even happened. And I thought it would be a good idea to just shed some light onto what exactly happens and why it happens, and what is the counterplay to those. Like, for example, the counterplay for this rip, just never re-entering Sirus if you have to log. This fight is way too bugged to ever re-enter. So if you re-enter, which was my plan to begin with, I just didn't stick to it because I was like, he's in call range. Might as well just, I'll just go and play ultra safe and pop all my stuff. But yeah, things happen when you don't stick to your plan, so don't do that. All right, thanks for watching, and again, let me know what you think about this type of video, and probably gonna do more in the future. Peace everyone, take care.